Good morning, everybody. My name's Robert. I'm an addict. Welcome to our cabin in southern Nevada, fondly known as Hooptyville to us. It's a little slice of heaven, about halfway between Duck Creek, Utah, and the back gate of Zion. My wife and I love it up here, a little piece of nature. We get to get quiet, just do the simpler things in life up here, and began building a home here about 4 years ago. We got quite a little bit work left to do before we start living inside of it and get out of the trailer, but it's still a great place to come. And normally there's snow on the ground this time of year, and we don't get here unless we snowmobile in. So anyway, given that, I just wanted to make a quick little video to newcomers. And I want to roll up the essence of what we do for a day clean. It's what I do, and it's to me the most successful way to stay clean and to tap into that power greater than ourselves so that we have the necessary faith and sanity to get through a day somewhat sane and clean. It's one thing to just be clean and crazy and hang on, white knuckling it to get through a day clean. And if that's what we've got to do to get a day clean, then we do it. But we're on borrowed time while we're doing that. And until we can get around the corner on things and make some kind of spiritual contact, and usually the first spiritual contact is those of us, at the power of the group in Narcotics Anonymous, we feel an energy in that room and a love in that room that we can tap into. And that's usually where most people start feeling the presence of God, and it's true for me. I didn't always feel like there was much out there for me when I hit my knees in the beginning. You know, I had a lot of baggage in my soul that needed to be cleaned out before I could really feel that there was a God out there, and especially to feel that there was a God out there that actually loved and cared for me and wasn't in my way all the time, trying to take away every little thing that I wanted or not let me have what I wanted. You know, I never thought that my higher power really liked me very much. And today, through living this spiritual way of life, I have. Now I believe God loves me, and he's looking out for me all the time. And he always has been, actually, as I look back. So I start off my day every day on my knees. I roll out on my knees, and I ask God to remove the obsession compulsion to use, that be removed, and that God show me what I can do to help the next guy or gal around there to get around the corner on this recovery deal. Okay, I go in, I shit, shower, shave, get ready for my day of work. I read my daily meditation and ponder what that means to me. And if you go to our community page, you'll see in there I take a picture of the book, and I also type down in there what it was that came to me during my meditation that morning. I do this because it slows me down a little bit. You know, there's a Buddhist saying out there that says that if you are too busy to meditate, then meditate double. And I really take that lesson to heart, because if I think that I'm too busy to make time for my higher power, then I'm trying to operate on self-will. If I can't make time for the thing that grants me faith, peace, sanity, and removes the obsession and compulsion to use from me so that I can get another day clean, if I can't make time for that, I don't have a shot once I hit that door. That don't mean that I can't stay clean not doing that stuff. It just means that by the time I get to my third red light on my way to work, I'm already starting to get anxious, and then I have the choice whether I crank up the angry white boy music and just stay angrier and angrier and angrier, or whether or not I reset. And today I just can't afford to feed the anger and rage anymore. It really does block me off from the love and energy that I need. So it's just much wiser for me to just start my day off right before I hit the door, before I have a chance to hurt feelings and start building cases. It gets me level-headed. Okay, then I get to work. I interact. I mean, these days, you know, I probably have 30 or 40 people in any given morning that I interact with little text chatting back and forth. That's quite a bit. I don't suggest trying to keep track of that many damn people if you're a newcomer because it might add to your anxiety. But mine has kind of grown slow and steadily over the years, and I the nice part about texting is we can take it when it's convenient to us, so we don't have to rush it back. So anyway, I do that kind of communication, and also during the day, I usually feel a couple, two or three verbal phone calls during the day that I talk to other people in recovery about recovery stuff, about this process. It keeps me aimed in the right direction throughout the day. I get off work and I go home and I usually eat dinner, take care of a couple little chores, and on occasion I'll read a little bit of recovery literature before I hit the door if I have time. Not always is there time on that during the day, but I try to fit that into my schedule during the day, either at that point or before I go to bed at night. Then I go to a meeting. Get a little. My clean date is 8/20/2005. I had many clean dates prior to that, but none of which where I did everything in the recipe that I needed to do to stay clean, and therefore I did not stay clean. Every time I tried to take ingredients out of the recipe, my monkey has shown me who is king every damn time. So I don't leave much out of my recipe during much. In fact, when I'm in town, I still go to a meeting every day. Where I'm at in Utah right now, we're a good 2 hours drive each way to even find a meeting and get to a meeting down a long dirt road that beats the crap out of me in my truck. When I'm up here, generally I take weekends off, but I still do all the other interactions with other people during the day to make up for it. I stay connected to people in recovery one way or another, at one level or another. I do some Facebook stuff, and I love that. For me, it's all about connections and being in the middle of the herd. The more I'm immersed in the community of the Fellowship of Narcotics Anonymous in one way or another, the more plugged in I am to that energy, the better I feel inside. And the less drugs even seem like a wise decision, man, because my hole's filled today in a level that the drugs never even touched. They teased me in the beginning when it was really good that it was that good, but it was just a delusion. It wasn't nothing like this real stuff that we feel. The love that we get to experience when we give a shit for each other around here and try to help each other out. When we get out of ourselves and try to do something right for the next person, I still try to be, one of the last people standing out in the parking lot after a meeting every night. I think it's really important, to try to just swoop into a meeting and get there right at the readings and run out right after the prayer like I'm busy and I got stuff to do. And I don't take time to reach out to that next newcomer that's coming in or the next new person that's still struggling, to even if it's just to give a little bit of encouraging words and a good hug and take a minute and let people share with me. Those things are really, really important in recovery. The therapeutic value of one addict helping another is something, like the book says, it's unparalleled. There's nothing quite like it. I didn't always like all the truth and honesty that I was told in the beginning, but I love being real with people today. I love that I have friends that'll tell me the truth today. I used to have nothing but sympathizers and co-signers and people that were afraid to tell me the truth because they were afraid of pissing me off, because I was always pissed off about something. And today I'm approachable, I am teachable, and I'm a student of recovery. And I'm grateful for another day clean. And this is available to anybody that wants it. You do what we do and we get what we get. Not special people. At any time, whenever you want to. If you want to do this program, there are people that are out there willing to help you. Narcotics Anonymous is here for each of us. It doesn't really work very well half-assedly, though. I love that our old school meetings, we used to say at the end of our meetings when we closed, that if you leave one of our meetings and you go out and use, please don't tell people that Narcotics Anonymous does not work. Tell them that you refuse to work the Narcotics Anonymous program, because that's the only way it doesn't work. Rebellion and refusal. Surrender and service and love, we'll get it done every day. This moment I feel right now, I love you all. But love is an action word, and I don't have time to love everybody. But I have that feeling inside me, which is not a feeling I ever had before. Have a great Sunday. Thank you for letting me share.